Tinder, a lot of comedians get on stage. No, please laugh loudly. That's good. A lot of comedians get on stage and they talk about Tinder. It gives them a lot of material, and I want to talk about Tinder, but I can't because I don't have Tinder, and I don't have Tinder because I'm married. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. But here's the thing. I'm not in that kind of marriage. You know, I'm in a marriage means marriage kind of situation. You know, like very tight border controls. A lot of finger pointing, a lot of complaining, a lot of arguing, but nothing ever changes because no one has a plan B. So I thought to myself, you know, but I'm a professional and I need to have Tinder for material, so I'll just get it on my phone. I'm a professional. And then I thought, well, that'd be weird because my kids play on the phone a lot. And so I was like, I know what I'll do. I'll do what a lot of professionals do. I'll get a work phone just for Tinder. Right? No one has to know about this phone but me. It'll be great. So I thought, let me just check with my husband. So I went to him and I said, dude, if I get a phone, you know, and put Tinder on it for work, is that going to be like a thing? And he was like, blah, 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 is divorce a thing? Whatever. So I said to him, no, I'm serious. And he said, what do you need it for? And I said, I need it for material. He said, use the material you have. I said, okay. So I mainly talk about my husband now. That's right. And last week we had an argument. Actually, let me back that up. As soon as I moved to this country, I started thinking about getting a UK passport, and I got one very fast. Because, I mean, hello. You know, I thought it will be safer, and boy, was I right. But my husband's Danish, and he didn't bother. So last week we had this argument, and I'm like, dude, why don't you please fuck off back where you came from? Right. I have to tell you, it felt so good. Like, I was like, I totally get why people say that. So nice. But here's the thing. Okay, first of all, it bothered the kids a little bit. You know, because it was Sunday and we were having breakfast. Okay. But I want to make it very clear. I didn't say it because I'm racist. No, I said it because I'm married. You know, who in this room is married? Yeah, you know, and for the rest of you, listen up. When you're married, for any length of time, I don't know, 3-4 minutes, it becomes very important to have the last word. Because that is how you win. That's right, and that's very important. But I'm not going to say it again to him because, like I said, it upset the kids, you know? And the thing with your kids is you love them so much. You never want them to be upset. It's irrational how much you love your kids, you know? You never think you would love anyone like that. And the kinds of things you think. One of my kids was getting bullied in school last term, and the teacher called me in and was like, well, this is why the other 3 are doing it, and, you know, and this is how they're feeling. And I was like, what? I gotta find these 3 punks. I'm gonna fucking end them. Yeah. I'm totally spreading rumors about their mothers at the school gates. Oh, yeah. I know, right? Right? You want to protect your... I didn't do it. I thought it. I didn't do it. I did want to wreck these families, but I didn't do it. But the other reason your love for your kids can only be called irrational is because your kids are so often not lovable at all. Right? But you do it anyway. You know? Like, I love my kids. I think small kids, they're very, very sweet. They're just unconditional about how they feel about you. The biggest downside of having a very small child is they are quite boring. And they want to show you they love you by talking to you all the time. But everything they know, you already know. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I swear to God, literally zero value add in those conversations. You know? It's true. Oh my God, but you do it anyway. It's like brute instinct. And then the other thing with small kids is they're so easy to manage because you just lie to them. Like, they don't know anything. You just don't have to really deal with them, you know? Like, my youngest kid, she's, I don't know, 5 or 6 or something. Anyway, she said to me on the way to school, and we were trying to get out the door, and she said to me, Mama, 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 when I grow up, I want to be a mermaid. And I was like, that's great, well done. Because I'm not having the fucking conversation at 7:30 in the morning. Like, great job, you'll do so well. And then she was like, no, but Mama, where? Where? How? And I said, you'll go to Mermaid University. What does she know, right? And so she said, but where is that? And I was like, Australia. Because I don't know, like fishy shit is always happening in Australia, right? Like people getting eaten by sharks, I don't know, or whatever. I was like, Australia. And then of course I did what a lot of parents do. I said, you can ask your teacher about it, and then we left. Like, you know, I'm not getting paid to do that. Anyway, so they're so easy. But here's the thing, your kids grow up, and then you have to discipline them properly. You can't just lie to them, you know? And that's been very challenging for me because I have older kids, and disciplining them properly is hard for me because I'm born and raised in India. So what I consider high quality, healthy, robust parenting techniques are frowned upon in this country. Actually, that's not true. They're illegal. Fully illegal, okay? And let me tell you, as much as I would love to have really well-behaved kids, it's no use to me if I'm in jail. So I had to learn the way you do it here. And the big thing here is talk to your kids. Teach them about action and consequence. Explain action and consequence. So you have all these techniques here like star chart. You guys know what this is? Yeah? Thank you for only biting me 2 times today. Here's a star. Yeah, or you have this thing, naughty step, right? You've been terribly behaved. Please go relax on the staircase. I tell you. So I was like, wow, okay. And I thought, right, what do I have from India that I can draw upon, you know, to make it easier, to make it more natural for me? And I thought, of course, our parents talk to us. Oh, yes, and they teach us about action and consequence, mainly by implicating us in their death. And then using this as a way to guide our behavior. You know, I'll give you an example, very simple. Oh yeah, I told you to put 1 spoon of chocolate in the milk. Why have you put 2? Because you want me to die. Yeah. Very, very effective with small children. Very effective. And by the way, I don't know if there's anyone from South Asia here, but you could be from anywhere. You know, like if your mother's from Gujarat, she would say, "Becha much mukyo, mora loi piyo." You put 2 spoons of chocolate in the milk, drink my blood, why are you bothering with milk? Or if your mother's from Punjab, she'll say, "Do chammach pai hai, main pitta jawa. You put 2 spoons of chocolate in the milk, I'm going to beat myself to death. Enjoy your milk. Or my mother speaks Hindi, so she might say something like, "Chammach kya tantana rahi hai, chura uthao." Why are you holding a teaspoon? Pick up the knife, you know it's what you want. So, and I have to tell you, it was working so well for me. Until I got a phone call from my son's school. He's now a teenager, but at that time he was very young. I got a phone call from the school. And the teacher was like, "Can you and your husband please come in? Because your son has some very strange anxieties." So I went. Didn't take my husband because he's Danish. So his entire parenting repertoire is, "Darling, please be very, very happy. Here's some Lego." So I went. And the teacher was like, "Look, he's a great kid, wonderful, but here's the problem. Every time we give him back an assignment and he hasn't got full marks, he says, 'I don't want to go home. I think my mother might be dead.'" And on the inside, I was like, yes. Good boy. But on the outside, I was like, "Oh my God, that's terrible. I don't know. I'm so sorry. What can I say? Danes are very bleak." And I dealt with that, you know. But I have to be honest with you, I did change how I parent him because obviously I don't want to go into school and have this conversation every week. So I came back and I sort of did the whole naughty step star chart thing. Turns out I now have a teenager who's been raised like that, and he is unbearable. You know, at some meta level, I'm sure I love this boy, but on a daily basis, very hard, you know? He came to me the other day and he said, "Mom, can I have 10 quid? And I said, "For what?" He said, "Stuff." I said, "What stuff?" He said, "It's nothing bad, mate." And I was, in my head, I was like, I don't want to go to jail, I don't want to go to jail, I don't want to go to jail. So I better talk to him. So I said, "I'm not saying it's for anything bad, I just need..." He said, "Ah, that's a problem with you, Mom. You're so intrusive." So I said to him, "Well, first of all, good word. Like, you know, like solid word. Why are you failing English? I can't understand. Second of all, do you know what it means?" He said, "Yeah, it means you are always up in my grill." So I said to him, "No, darling, no, intrusive is you taking a shit in my stomach for 9 months. Mate. Anyway, that's my time. You've been so nice. Thank you so much.
Sindhu Vee! All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you have now got another break. So you've got a 10-minute break, do everything you need to do. I'll see you in 10 minutes. Give a round of applause to the action you've just seen. I'll see you in 10 minutes.